Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Shield Climber, aka Sirigat, and in this video I just wanna go over this new ring, the Onyx Amulet. It's a new ring that got released in 10.7, 10.07 I guess, and it's very good. It's very good, let's put it that way. It's really good for healers. I know for some DPS it's just like a marginal increase, if increase at all, but for us healers it will actually give you a lot of damage. And I just want to go over like the best combination for Disc Priest real quick. So in M+, there is basically two combinations that you can use. You should always use Exuding Steam Stone and Prophetic Twilight Stone. These two are kind of locked in. And the only thing that changes is you have Storm Infused Stone. When you want a little bit more cleave, as you can see here, it will shock the target. If you critical strike it, it has a chance to shock the target when you critical strike it. But we always play like pretty high crit. My crit isn't even that high, but you should have like around the same crit or even more than I do. And then, you know, this will give you a lot of crits regardless. Even like this low percentage, you get plenty of crits. So definitely worth your time, especially like, you know, our best in slot stats are kind of like haste crit. That's kind of like what you always want to go for. And then versatility, of course, for, you know, so you don't get one shot. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. I want to try and keep it concise. I'm sorry, I'm kind of winging it, so I'll do my best to keep it short. As you can see, like this ring has done like plenty of damage for me. I haven't really properly tested Freezing Ice Stone yet, but this one is also good. In like both simulations and real life scenarios, this one is better on a single target. However, of course, because this one provides cleaving, you know, 19,000 times 3, since we're hitting 3 targets, will always outperform a simple 27k, right? Like that's just pure math. However, this ring does do better on single targets, so what I think is kind of like the way to do it. And of course, like we won't have this ring for long enough so like everything gets properly tested and all of that, but people have ran sims of this and tested it out and stuff. So this one is for your single target, and this one is for your AoE dungeons. So if you're playing a dungeon which you expect to cleave a lot, you know, clear trash, especially if it's fortified, I'd recommend Storm Infused Stone. If you're playing Tyrannical Keys, I actually recommend this one because, you know, damage and trash is less important on Tyrannical Weeks. It's of course still important, but not as much, and I would recommend Freezing Ice Stone. While we're here, I might as well, you know, mention the raid combination as well, which is actually completely different. The only stone that remains for the raid is Exuding Steam Stone in that case. And then you want to put Wild Spirit Stone and Deluging Water Stone. So this one is just like kind of like passive healing. Drenches nearby allies, heals them over 6 seconds, like passive hot around you. This one says that nature and healing effects from Primordial Stones restore 9,000 health to 5 nearby allies over 7 seconds. So again, more passive healing, just goes out for free while your stones are healing. So it's great in combination with this and with this, because this one says that when you receive heals you have a chance to exude steam, which restores 18,000 points to yourself and to nearby allies. So it has a lot of synergy. And also the reason why these 3 are good in M+ is because this one says that damaging effects from your Primordial Stones trigger one of your healing effects and vice versa. So basically, thematically, it's kind of like Twilight Equilibrium, except it's for healing and damage. So like every time that the damaging effect triggers from Storm Infused Stone, it will also trigger the Exuding Steam Stone, and vice versa, which means that every time the Exuding Steam Stone gets triggered, which says like receiving heals, like we will always receive some heals, right? Because every time we throw Radiance or shield ourselves or throw a flash heal or Halo or Divine Star or whatever it is, even simple Power Word Infusion, sorry, power word shield, all of that is heal. So every time we heal, we basically have a chance to trigger the exuding steamstone. I don't think you can see it here now because there's nothing else to heal, right? But in practice, this one will actually give you a lot of healing. Like this stone is pretty insane. Effectively in real life scenarios, and this stone will does proc quite a lot for me. It will probably depend a little bit on your gear, but it does proc quite often, and it's good damage. It does a lot of overall damage. It's, I think, my like second or third overall on damage and stuff like that. So it's pretty big. It's pretty big, guys. Highly recommend investing a little bit of time in getting this ring. It will only take you like, I don't want to downplay it, but it doesn't take long in terms of like World of Warcraft grinds. It's like maybe 2 to 3 hours of grind, because you do need to like open your vault and gather the keys and stuff. So it does take a little bit, but like if you commit like fully to it, you can just like go to like pre-made groups, custom, find a group, and here you see rare farm key. There you go. Join this. You go to the island, farm some keys with people. Even if you're under gear, if it's your alt or something, you can just easily get it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this. I also could mention like what the Evoker rings are, since I'm already here and since I've already uploaded some Evoker videos. So let's do that. Right, so as I said, for Evokers, the situation is slightly different, but the logic remains the same. The synergy between Storm-infused Stone and Prophetic Twilight Stone remains the same, and it is very strong. However, here, since you know, Evokers sometimes struggle with survivability at times, and they don't have as much leech as we do, because Priest right now has a really high leech. We can even talent into more leech if need be and stuff like that, so we are really strong in terms of like, you know, passive healing. This one is kind of different. It's dealing damage has a chance to drain life, and then in turns like deal shadow damage and heals you for that amount. So it will count as heal, so it will proc this with this. So like every time this heals you, because of this stone, it procs the storm infused stone, and vice versa. Every time this procs, it will, because of this, proc this. So that's the synergy. The main logic is that these two are just like a very synergetic between each other. And same as like with Priest, where we can put something else for single target. Here you can also play this, for example, Pestilent Plague Stone. It's for like a little bit more AoE, like dot and stuff. But for this is for like single target Flame Licked Stone. But I still, you can even do this one actually. This one is also decent. This one like shoots arcane rockets, missiles, whatever they are, every time that you know, you deal magic damage. So this one also works pretty well. Either one of these three are good. So Evoker is like a little bit more straightforward in that, less straightforward in that regard. On this, like it's very clear what, you know, what is best. And I guess I can show you as well like how, I don't know if it will proc off of like the dummies. Let's check. I guess we can check here. Alright, look at the DPS. Sheesh, 100k casual like healer. I mean, that's not really our DPS rotation, but I just want to see if I'll proc things on the dummies. And yeah, it procs. As you can see, like it's quite a, like this is big. This is big damage for a ring, for passive effect, which you don't have to change anything. And this, like the serious Bloodstone is pretty strong, and I just want to see if it will show here as healing as well. Yeah, it does, but of course, since there was nothing to heal, it just went into overheals, so it doesn't really, like, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't show here, but it's, see, you can hear it healed for like 74k, so pretty strong, right? Like that is great for healers. Like that is so strong for us, guys. I really recommend getting these rings. It's very powerful indeed. Really increases our DPS in real time. It's very easy to see as well once you start playing. Like here, it surprisingly they did not proc here. I wonder why. Oh, maybe I didn't crit. I guess I didn't. I guess there was no crits. That could be like one downside, right? Like, it does depend on the procs a little bit. So that's the part that sucks a little bit. But you know, it still increases a lot. Like, I mean, I've done plenty of dungeons already with these new stones, and in the overalls at the end of the dungeon, you can see that it does a lot of damage. And here's how it looks on priest. Right? Oh god, I said I will be short, guys, and I've been rambling for 10 minutes. Why was I allowed to do this? But yeah, look, I mean, here you can see, like, you pop Shadow Fiend. I'm not even like using the other trinkets on use that gives us crit. I just want to like see if the natural crits will be enough to kind of like show how strong these are. I already know they're strong in practice, but I'm just trying to demonstrate it here. Yeah, that's like, you know, this is not like, this is just like very approximate DPS rotation. And let's see the damage. There we go. So 8% of our damage was from the store infused stone. This goes even more when you take into account, because you gotta keep in mind, like, just to kind of like paint the picture of how highly this has a chance of proccing across the dungeon. Like, every time you dot something, right, you have a chance to crit. Like, that's a lot of, right? That's a lot of crits. That's a lot of potential crits. And then every time you use, you know, Mindbender, each one of these has a chance to crit, and then it just kind of like, you know, there's no way you don't crit, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And I mean, as well, if you're playing, let's say, for example, I'm playing this trinket. I've been kind of like testing it a little bit to see if I like it and stuff like that. But like, let's say you're playing this, it can increase your crit more, right? It increases your crit, and also your lariat can increase your crit depending on your gems and stuff, right? And see, like right now it's 30% almost, which means like around 1 in 3 attacks should crit. But you can also play the Void Mender's Shadow Gem, and then on on use you can just get like a lot of procs. And as you can see, like, well, actually, I don't know if you can see in this instance because I was just dotting, but you definitely get quite a bit of value out of this. I will, you know, keep your eye out on the next few videos, and I will be showing overalls at the end of the dungeon, and you will see just exactly how much damage these trinkets, these rings do. Anyway, guys, sorry, a little bit like scuffed video. I didn't really like write a script for this or anything. I'm just kind of winging it. I just wanted to cover like which gems are the best for us right now. So I'll just like summarize it one more time for everyone real quick. So for M+, you want to be using the Prophetic Twilight Stone, Storm Infused Stone, and Exuding Steam Stone. For single target, I would suggest on Tyrannical Weeks you replace Storm Infused Stone by Freezing Ice Stone. You don't have to, by the way. You don't have to. Like, this stone still gets a lot of value, but this one gets a little bit more on single target, and on Tyrannical you do want to prioritize single target usually. And then for Raid, this one stays only. These two go out, and instead you would put Deluging Waterstone and Wild Spirit Stone for your HPS. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. You know, if you want to support the channel, feel free to like the video, subscribe maybe if you want to see more. I hope I'll be able to, you know, upload more guides and videos in the future. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.